So here we go, just about to jump into the Champions League group stage draw. I love doing the draw for the Champions League, it's always fun. And of course this is our second season in the Champions League after last season reaching the quarter-final stages. I'm excited for our group. Last year it was Zenit, Sparta Prague and Dortmund as well. And of course, once again, we've been seeded third for the draw. So let's draw the first two seeds into the groups and see if there's a potential group of death occurring already. That's the first seeds done. Now we'll take a look at the second seeds, and already there's a couple there which I'm very nervous about, including Real Madrid and Bayern Munich in Group C, RB Leipzig, who are now the strongest team in Germany, and Atletico Madrid in Group D. You got Benfica, who are really good in the game now, and Barcelona in Group F. I mean, whatever group we get drawn in, it's going to be very tough. So why don't we just get straight to it and find out what group we're going into. I'm really hoping it's not going to be Group C. And that's AC Milan. What a group going on there. And Anderlecht get Group D, which means we're going to get Group F, Group G, or Group H. And it's Group F, Benfica and Barcelona. Oh, goodness. And, right, Let's wrap the groups up then. And oh, what a group that is, Group C. Now that is a group death if I've ever seen one. And who's going to be our opponent in Group F then? It's going to be RB Salzburg in Group F. And I'll tell you what, that is a very, very tough group indeed. There are some brilliant groups there, none better than Group C, but that is a really tough one. Barcelona, who we've not faced in the series so far. Benfica, of course, knocked us out of the Europa League quarterfinals a few years ago now, and RB Salzburg as well. Not an easy team to overcome as well. A tricky team to overcome there. Three very tough teams, groups drawn, and I'll tell you what, that's going to be a really tough one to get out of that one. That's going to be really, really tough. Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode in my Football Manager series. This is episode number 93, and today we are returning with the first game of the Champions League group stage as we take on Benfica away in Portugal, plus a tricky test away at St Mary's against Southampton as well. Before we play the games though, shall we getting on off camera and report a sale as well. Let's get to that first. So of course now the Premier League transfer window shuts earlier, but you can still sell players after the window shuts, and that's exactly what we did. About a week after the window shut, we sold Aldo Perez to Feyenoord for £17.75 million, and with add-ons could reach £25.5 million. Perez, one of the multiple centre-backs we've signed in the past few years that's just never really developed that well for us, and ended up being, a player that is not necessarily disposable, but someone that we can get rid of if we wish to do so. So yeah, disposable. And, Perez has some good stats. He's all right, but because there's so many centre-backs ahead of him right now in the pecking order, you got obviously the main two, Ferinček and Allsop, then Vacek, and then of course Daniel, and then John Stones brought in this season, and of course we had Mauri, don't forget, at the start of the year as well. He was always likely to leave, either on yet another loan or permanently. He's had 3 loan spells already at Hanover, Sevilla and Hoffenheim, so I thought, do you know what, it's best to let him go and have a fresh start really. He's gone to the Netherlands at Feyenoord, already scored a goal and got an assist in his first 3 games there as well, and you never know, we might regret selling him because he's still so young at just 22, yet doing all right. So Perez is gone, and that was the sale. And there you go. So, what's been going on then? Other than that, well, we've played 3 games off camera after defeat on the opening day away at Craven Cottage against Fulham, and we won the first 2 and then lost the last game off camera. We started with a home win against Huddersfield by 2-0, our first home game of the season. Dale Kabaki, our first goal scorer of the campaign. Not a surprise, last year's Fans Player of the Year. The fans like him already, and I like him too. Got the first goal, getting on the end of a Benfica cross, lovely header, making it 1-0, and then Benfica made it 2-0 7 minutes later after Watson fumbled a free kick, and the Austrian capitalised to make it 2-0, so a good win there. And then an even better win away at Selhurst Park a week later by 4-1. Kabaki, what a start to the season he's had, 4 goals already, and 3 of them came in this game. First goal of the game came directly from kickoff as he made it 1-0 before Ryan Sessegnon equalised 11 minutes later. But 9 minutes after that, Clinton Webster started and finished a counter-attack from a corner, and eventually made it 2-1 for us, put us back in front. Clinton Webster with a lovely little goal there, and made it 2-1. And then Kabaki scored his 3rd and 4th goals after the restart, one in the 62nd minute, and then in the 80th minute made it 4-1 and claimed the match ball and helped ensure we would get the 3 points there. Kabaki, man, I love this guy. But our last game off camera was a surprising 1-0 defeat at home to Burnley at the Den. Josh Sargent, who scored against us quite a few times in the series already, got another one. And we've struggled against Burnley quite a few times in this save so far. I'll take them and West Brom are our main bogey teams, really. They won the game by a goal to nil. God only knows how we didn't score in this game, though. We had shot after shot after shot, but just couldn't seem to hit the target. And I guess that's why we didn't win the game or get anything from it. So we lost the game by a goal to nil, and Burnley got the 3 points. So not a great start to the campaign. 2 wins and 2 defeats. 2 games already where we failed to score. Not great confidence moving forward after last season, setting a new record for us for most goals scored in a single season in the Premier League. So not an ideal start. It's sat in 9th place right now. Long way to go, of course, 34 games, but from these 4 games, I would say that really, every one was a winnable fixture. So we've only picked up 6 points from a possible 12. That's not that great. So first game today is indeed Benfica in the Champions League group. If you didn't see the start of the episode for some strange reason, I just realised as I was saying how stupid that would have sounded. If you didn't see the start of the episode for some strange reason, we were drawn against Barcelona, Benfica and RB Salzburg in the Champions League. Barcelona and RB Salzburg played earlier and Barcelona got the victory. So this is going to be a really tough group for us to get out of, especially because Benfica are the team that beat us in the Europa League knockout rounds in the quarterfinals 3 years ago. So we're going to be out for revenge to try and dump them out the Champions League group stages and finish alongside Barcelona as one of the top 2. So this will be our team for the game then, 4-2-3-1 with our normal instructions in this system. It's our European system. I really like it, and let's see how we get on. So Ruli's in goal. It's back for Pingu, Vucek, Ferencek and Pereira playing against his former team away at his former ground. Paolo and McKennie are our CMs, with the attacking midfield trio being Luiz on left, O'Reilly through the middle, Menji, his final season for the club, starting on the right with Benka up top on his own. On the bench, it's Petkovic, Stones, who could make his first appearance of the club, Achiampong. This is an academy left-back who I've mentioned a couple of times. I like the look of this kid. He's had a couple of loan spells already in the past 2 years in the Championship, Middlesbrough and Sunderland, also MK Dons and Cambridge as well. This kid looks pretty decent, and I'm going to give him some game time this season. I like him. Achiampong, Koulibaly, O'Connell, Belotti, and Marek Kuchar as well. So nights off for a few players. I haven't started the season off too well. First game, it's Benfica away. Let's get the win. Come on, you Lions. Oh, crumbs. You know one thing I forgot? I can do it real quick, actually. I forgot to show you that one player also left the club, wasn't sold but released, and that was The Dream. Yashin The Dream finally left. Now, if you watch the season opener, he wasn't in our released players list, and that's because I kept him on a month-by-month contract here, and I was debating whether to give him a new one or not, but in the end, he wouldn't take a pay cut. He kept asking for 30 grand a week, and that was a minimum expectation for him. And, where's he going? He's accepted a contract. Where's he going? Where's he going? Lazio. Oh, The Dream's off to Lazio. How interesting is that? We're definitely going to keep an eye on the Tunisia captain and see how he gets on there in Italy. But yeah, The Dream has gone. Sad to let him go, but wasn't justifying his contract and wouldn't take a pay cut. So there you go. He's off to Lazio though. I'm interested to see how he gets on there. Obviously, last season we reached the Champions League quarterfinals before being knocked out by Real Madrid as Bustos goes for goal and scores already. And I'll tell you what, we might be getting knocked out of the group stage this year. This is a really, really tough group, and Benfica, who are so good in this game, have taken the lead just 5 minutes in. But for Rulli, I want to see that actually if I can. Oh dear, oh dear. I was going to say I want to see that on the behind the goal camera. I don't need to. That's poor goalkeeping from Rulli there. I want this guy to work out for us. I really do. No one wants his 140 grand a week contract, and you can see why. I was so stupid to put him on that salary. He doesn't deserve it. Come on, let's respond here. Menji with a corner, plays it to the edge to find Weston McKennie. The American finds O'Reilly. He'll find Paolo. Oh, yes, and Paolo puts us back on level terms and makes it 1-1. Recently got his first goal for the Netherlands and now gets his first goal of the season for us. And O'Reilly with the assist helps us get involved as well. Get on back on level terms as well. Matt O'Reilly, when he plays in Europe, normally gets a goal or an assist in every single game. He gets an assist here to start off the campaign, 1-1, and Paolo, a rare goal scorer, gives us the equaliser. So 1-1, and now Pingu attacking down left finds O'Reilly, and O'Reilly back towards Paolo as the goal scorer gets on the ball and finds Weston McKennie, and the American looks for Menjivar, holds off Zarate as we're looking for an opening here and keeping the ball on the ground. Paolo through to Matt, and Matt through to Benka, and Benka on the ball, crosses, Menji's at the far post, nods it down, there's O'Reilly, shot blocked, but Benka is the post, then crosses, and Zarate gets it away, and Benfica escapes. So back on level terms, nice spell of pressure there. Can we get in front just for the break? Chance for Benfica though, and Bustos has just been taken down by Pereira, who's already on the booking, and oh no. Oh, Pereira. The miserable return to Lisbon for Fernando Pereira and for Millwall as well. 1-1 still, but now down to 10 men. And that good spell of pressure will now see us going to the break down to 10 men. Now what do we do? Right, we haven't got a backup right back on the bench, but I am currently retraining Koulibaly to play there. So I don't want to take off either O'Reilly or Paolo Reed. So what I think I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to our 4-2-4 system, but we'll be playing with the one striker still. And I'm going to take off Weston McKennie. I'm going to drop those two roles, switch those two roles around right there. McKennie's going to come off, and Koulibaly's going to come on and play in the right back role, where we're currently retraining him. Because he's got the stats to do that role. He's got the stats to play as a fullback / wing back here, especially because he's such a physical player. So I'll make those changes there, and I think we'll switch now to a more structured style as well. But down to 10 men, and I'm pretty sure Benfica are going to get back in front not for long. Obviously, it was 3 years ago in Lisbon where we were knocked out of the Europa League quarterfinals by Benfica. They scored that last second goal in stoppage time to put us out on the away goal ruling. And I do predict they'll be our main threat to finish in second, with Benfica Barcelona surely topping the group. So if they are to win in the first game of the group, it will be a big defeat for us. But if we can hold on to a point, playing half the game with 10 men, I'd certainly take it. At the moment, we're doing all right. There is a corner here for Benfica, though, right on cue. Bustos floats it in, but it's dealt with by Paolo initially. However, the danger's still not fully away. Bustos into Maroni, and Rulli makes a great save at his near post, to be fair to him, but a chance kept alive, and Senesai, with the finish, makes it 2-1, and Benfica do restore their lead. To be fair to Rulli there, criticised him earlier. I criticised him so much since he's came in, justifiably so, but he did make a great stop at the near post there. Sadly, though, the defenders didn't help him out. Nice ball across towards Senesai inside the 6-yard area. Could not miss. 2-1, Benfica in front again. Come on. We can still do this with 10 men. We can still claim a point here. Menji on the ball, steps inside and finds Luiz. And the Brazilian has Pingu on the overlap, but he decides to use him as a dummy runner. Crosses himself. Menji! 2-1 still. I thought that was the moment. He always comes good. We've not played too poorly, so I'm reluctant to make too many tactical changes. But I think I will go ahead and take off Benka for Belotti, because Benka's not played too well out there. There's only 10 minutes to go as well. Cucurella plays a roaming playmaker alongside Paolo. We'll look for perhaps one final chance to get back on level terms and claim a point, which I would certainly take, playing the second half with 10 men. But as Benfica on the ball, they're going to look for a third goal to kill off this contest and get a big win on match day 1. But as Marek wins it back and finds his Czech colleague Vacek, will play out from the back. It's Luiz on the ball, through to Belotti. First appearance for the club. He's through. Oh, what a save by Nieto. Fingertips. Turns it behind for a corner, but really the Italian should have tucked it home. But it's still 2-1. We've actually not done too badly. Playing the whole second half with 10 men away in Benfica, we've done all right, but it's going to count for nothing, and it's going to be our third defeat in already just 5 games to start the season off. It's been a poor start for Millwall, and it's going to continue here in Lisbon. Well, we do not get on well against Benfica, as Rojas has made it 3-1, and the Portuguese champions are going to start off with a win, and we're going to start the group off by finishing the first match day bottom of the group. We knew it was going to be a tough one. I mean, we got through last year's group with Dortmund, Zenit and Slavia Prague. I thought that was going to be a tough group for us. We topped it in the end pretty comfortably, all said and done. But this year, it's going to be nothing like last season. If we're to get out of this group, we are going to have to play much better than we did here away in Lisbon. Although, to be fair, I'm saying that. We didn't actually play that badly, especially playing the second half with 10 men. But still, 3-1 and the game's over. Benfica are winning match day 1. Well, it was failing to take our chances that was our Achilles heel in a defeat at home to Burnley on the weekend. And the same can be said in this game as well. Benka had a really poor game, subbed off late, but didn't perform at all out there. He's yet to get going this season. We saw Belotti miss a golden one-on-one chance when it was 2-1. It would put us back on level terms there. And just in general right now, we've had a poor start for Pereira. Sent off in the first half away against his former club as well. Such drama away in Lisbon. Every time we battle these guys, it's going to be a great battle. They're going to be our European rivals, I feel. But 3-1 the final score. We start off with a defeat. O'Reilly's out for a week as well. And, well, I'll tell you this right now. It's been a poor start for a few of our players this season, including Pereira coming in. And a poor start in general. 3 defeats in our first 5 games. Not good enough. Oh, and now Pereira feels the fine was unfair. Just fined him a week's wages for being sent off. And now he wants to discuss personal matters. Dear, oh dear. Luis, sort it out for me, mate. Sort it out for me. Yep, there we go. Lovely stuff. I love how often that works in this year's FM as well. You know, in previous versions of the game, when you would ask your influential players to talk one of the others around and to drop some concerns, it would never ever work. It might work like 1 out of like 15 times, but now it works like half the time. It's brilliant. I think it's time to do a team meeting as well. Try and get the atmosphere up right now. Everyone's a little bit down, so let's try and raise the mood, shall we? Passionately, I'm going to say, I'm really keen to ensure that our heads don't drop. Things haven't been going our way. We've got the ability in this squad to change our fortunes, and everyone is happy. Come on, lads. Southampton away at St Mary's. Let's get back on the winning wagon and back on track. Let's kickstart our season here on the South Coast. You know, last season, I briefly touched on it, but I did say it might possibly be about time for us to... is Maori in the first team for Sheffield Wednesday? Of course he is. It might possibly be time to create a new tactic, which obviously, as you can tell by my stutter there, I'm very reluctant to do because I'm absolutely terrible when it comes down to coming up with new systems. For me, the 4-2-4 and the 4-2-3-1, I wouldn't want to abandon them. I'd definitely like to have them in our free layouts, but I feel like teams now are starting to counter it. And that's one of the best things about FM. Like, the AI over time will eventually learn how to counter your system, and it forces you into change. And it basically prevents you from getting too comfortable over a long period of time. And I do believe it is probably time now for a new tactic. So definitely worth considering what we do next. And any suggestions, do let me know. But we're going with a 4-2-4 for this game. Back away at Southampton. Hopefully, we will return to winning ways here. So this is our team for the game. Pekovic in goal. Back for Retirement, Allsop, Ferencik and Ranieri. With Dobby and Paolo our CMs. As you might notice this season well in the 4-2-4. We're playing a deep line playmaker in a box-to-box as opposed to a deep line playmaker and a border midfielder, just to get more of an offensive presence there, as deep line playmaker normally sits back a little bit on the defensive duty. On the wings, Louise and Webster, and up top together, Benfica, who's not had a great start to the season, and Gabaki as well. And on the bench, it's Rulli, it's Daniel, it's Pereira, it's McKennie, it's Pingu, it's Menji, and it's Marek as well. So, second game at Southampton, poor start to the season, 3 defeats in 5. Got to get a win here. Come on, you Lions. Don't get me wrong, it's fun to come up with new tactics when you expect to win most of your games anyway. Like in my whole save, when we became a winning team, if you will, it was fun to change tactics around every now and then, come up with new systems, see which one works for us best. But when you're sort of on the edge, it's a really scary time, because it's like it can go one of two ways really. Either it can work out perfectly and you reach new heights, or it can backfire and you really start to struggle. But Clinton Webster has put us a goal up 11 minutes in, and it's a perfect start to this game playing the 4-2-4. Dobby with the assist and Clinton with the finish. Two homegrown players at the club have combined for our first goal away at St Mary's. And I've got to say right now, I said some players are letting us down a little bit at the start of the season. Webster has had a very decent start. Already his second goal of the campaign. Lovely cross, lovely header, 1-0, great start. Webster's only been like a proper goal scorer in one season where he got 9 for us. This might be the season where he starts scoring more goals on a consistent basis. And Gabaki's through, and Dale should have made it 2-0. And got his 5th of the season there. Sent through 1-1 straight at the goalkeeper. Great start to the game, though. Let's keep it out. Come on. And this is what we want to see. Another chance here for Millwall, perhaps, as Louise takes around his man and finds Gabaki going through. And this time gets it right as he squeezes it home for his 5th of the campaign already. Gabaki would have finished 2-0 to the Lions. And this is what we need to do right now. We're starting to play well, putting teams under pressure. Keep the foot on the gas pedal. Don't let up. Ranieri to Louise. Beats man to the ball. Finds Gabaki 1-on-1. And puts it home easily. Dale would have finished 2-0. Great start. And now another chance here down the right hand side. Webster on the ball crossing. Benka flicks it down to Paolo. Paolo almost got his second goal in 2 games. That would have been bizarre. But a great block keeps it at 2-0. But this has been an absolutely fantastic first half. We have been performing so well out there, and we are not letting up. Benka on the ball. Takes it around his man and finds Louise. And Louise crosses into the middle, headed away, and right all clear for the Saints. But this has been exactly what we needed. After a poor start to the season, we need the confidence again. But here come the Saints down the right-hand side, and across the far post. And there's Alex Iwobi, and maybe I spoke too soon. A golden chance for us to make it 3-0, and now Southampton half deficit. Alex Iwobi to finish, and Southampton back in the game just for the half an hour mark. It was Broomster down the right-hand side. No one went towards him. Time of playing catch-up. No one shuts him down. Eventually someone comes across him, Ranieri, and that leaves Iwobi free at the far post. 2-1, Saints back in the game. Well, defensively, we have not started the season off too well. We've only picked up 1 clean sheet so far to begin the campaign against Huddersfield. Lord knows I would love Maori back in right now, because Maori was so consistent. He rarely ever put a foot wrong. But anyway, second half begins. We're still leading by a goal. And if we can just continue to outscore our opposition and get the wins, then I was about to say get the wins that way. There's no other way of getting the wins. Then I guess I'll be satisfied enough. Anyway, here's Ranieri on the ball. 7 minutes after the restart. And he will find Kabaki. And Kabaki right now, player of the season to start off with, finds Julian Benka. And Benka out wide finds Luiz. And a good chance here as the Brazilian takes around his man and crosses. It's headed away. And as Slattery clears will be picked back up by Dobby. And Dobby will play it out wide towards Luiz. Beats his man. Turns on the afterburners. Finds Benka. Oh, yes. And Julian Benka finally gets another goal. Just his second of the season. And makes it 3-1. Second assist of the game for the Brazilian Luiz. And Benka gets his second of the campaign. Dobby sitting back. Recycles possession. Back out wide towards Luiz. Beats his man. Nice ball across the ground. And Benka to finish makes it 3-1. Should have been kept out. We don't care. Back in front by 2. Highlight for the Saints though, they are not giving up at all with man on the ball. Great tackle by Josh Tymon though. And now a chance on the break here. Kabaki on the ball, rolls it through. Benka beats his man, surely for his second of the game. No! Puts it wide. And, well, I got to say, maybe Benka right now is suffering a bit of a crisis in confidence. This isn't the Julian Benka of last season. This isn't the Julian Benka that's the star player here at Millwall. He's had a poor start to the campaign. He's got to pick it up. Right now, Wacky Kabaki is overshadowing him. We did say when we signed him, he's a crazy character. He took number 43. He wants to be one step better than Benka. Maybe right now he's trying to lead this team and be the main goal scorer. He is to start the campaign off. Anyway, here's Luiz on the ball. And a chance on the break after time wins it back. It's Julian through to Wacky Kabaki. Beats his man and puts it wide of post. God, they're both awful. I mean, they're not, obviously. They're both fantastic. But still, here comes Southampton. Looking to make it 3-2. And this has been a brilliant game, this. 4 goals in 65 minutes. And still, I'm sure, quite a few more to come. Here's Wright on the ball. And Wright finds the man. Back into Callum Wright. And right to Højbjerg to Slattery. Great tackle by Ferencvac. No, now a chance on the break here. Benka through to Kabaki. Surely this time we're going to get our 4th goal and put daylight between us and the Saints. Kabaki crosses. Benka's on the end of it. Great save by Moreira. And Santini hoofs it away. Still 3-1. But what a fantastic game this has been. Both teams have played so well. And again, there should be more goals in this one before the final whistle. Slattery off the crossbar. And Ferencvac clears. What a game. Benka through. Kabaki. Flag stays down. Webster involved. And scores as well. And there is our 4th goal. Clinton Webster is 3rd of the campaign. He's had a really good start to the season, as has the man that set him up, as Webster scores his 50th goal for the Lions as well. That's awesome stuff. Luiz through to Benka. Benka into Kabaki. Flag stayed down there. I thought he was offside. Obviously not. Great through ball. Webster tried to round the goalkeeper, did enough, and squeezed it in at a tight angle. 4-1. What a great game. And I think this also shows you the importance of team meetings as well. I've mentioned a few times now, but Southampton almost got back in the game again. And Petric makes a save. When you're struggling in FM, when you're in a bad patch of form, always go to a team meeting. Because I swear, 8 times out of 9, which is a weird way of, calculating a percentage, you will get back on track directly after the team meeting. I wouldn't say they're OP per se, but they are a little OP to be fair. Kabaki's just picked up a knock, so we're going to take him off of Marek Kuchar, wrap this guy up in cut on wool. Cannot afford to see Kabaki down for a while. But that should be the end of the game. We're still leading by 3. And it's been an excellent game. 5 goals in total. When you look at that as well, there's what's that? 39 shots taken in the game, and 18 of which fell on target as well. Just a really good game. Really, really fun. And great to see us bag 4 goals in this one, just like we did at Selhurst Park, and win the game by 4 goals to 1. Might be one final chance here, though. Timon down left-hand side, starting counter-attack into Clinton Webster. Why did he do that? Well, there was men over there on the right side. He played it back towards Timon. But that should do it then. 5 seconds of stoppage time to go. Just waiting for the final whistle to come any second now. 3, 2, 1, and there it is. All over. Mill will get the win, and we are back on track away at St Mary's. So a good win there. Passionately, I will say I'm very pleased with the result and your performance. Defensively, we've had quite a poor start to the campaign. However, that is our 2nd game already this season, scoring 4 goals or more. You got to love that. And Clinton, with 2 goals in the game, he's had a great start to the season, as has Kabaki as well. And thankfully it's a bruised ankle, he'll be okay. And yeah, hopefully now we can kickstart our season and get back on track. So that will end today's episode of the Football Manager series, guys. Big thank you for watching. I really hope you have enjoyed it. And if you did enjoy today's episode, please drop a like. Likes are of course very much appreciated. And it would help the channel out as well. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day. And I'll see you for the next episode, where of course we're going to come back for the Barcelona game. I would like to play Manchester United and RB Salzburg. That's a good little double-header there. But I think we need to gather a little bit of pace as we do in the first half of the season. So we'll come back for the Everton and Barcelona games. That's a good double-header though. And that should be a lot of fun. So thanks very much for watching, guys. Have a fantastic day. Much love to you all. And I'll see you for the next episode in the Football Manager series very soon. Bye.